Good stuff that up. Now what do we do with it? Kia ora, nau mai, haere mai. Welcome back to Smallbone Park here in Hillcrest, Rotorua for the Round 8 Jensen Steel Baywide T20 competition between Mount Maunganui and the Bay of Plenty Indians. The Bay of Plenty Indians have won the toss and surprisingly elected to bowl. It is the fourth T20 match being played across the 2 days this weekend. Bay of Plenty Indians went down by 8 wickets yesterday here against the Cadets, IMF Otamotai Cadets, while Mount Maunganui had a comfortable 9-wicket win this morning against Geyser. My name is Bevan Jenkinson of Bez Broadcasting. Welcome in if you're just tuning in, or welcome back if you aren't, as the first ball of the over starts at the dot. So take Sharma, that's bowling from the southern end here. Will Smale scored a good quick 30 odd this morning. Was the player dismissed? Second ball from Sharma comes down the wicket to Smale, goes down the ground, and just wait and see what the umpire says. It's one bounce, 4 runs. Similar to what he did this morning, took a sighter or two and then was on the move. Conditions, well, it has clouded over. It's not quite as sunny as it was early this morning. But still enough. As this time goes through mid-wicket to Smale, and will be back-to-back boundaries. Yeah, it was a little interesting decision from the Bay of Plenty Indians to bowl first. As I said, fourth game on this pitch. It is it's in decent condition. It had a bit of rain on it overnight while under covers. It took there's that much water on it. So it took about 20 of us to get it off. Fielders outside the boundary are on mid-wicket's gone back now, and fine leg, the two players. There's a slip and play. Short third man, point, cover, extra cover, mid-off and mid-on. This is a slower one, and this one just bunted down to gully. Reminder, there will be highlights and photos of both games posted in coming weeks to Beth's Broadcasting official Facebook page. You can find a link in there in the description for that. As well as you can watch these games back as often as you like as well. So my penultimate ball of the first over comes down the wicket, has a big ball, slog at it, and it's no ball called. So free hit coming up. So free hit coming up. Smell definitely showed in the earlier game he can hit. He's already hit one for almost the length of the straight boundaries. He'll have another chance. This is called wide. There's a little bit of bounce in this pitch, but there'll be good opportunity for the slow bowlers when and if. As it's a slow ball, and it's up and over long off, and the third boundary of the over. Last ball of the first over won't be the last ball. It's a wide down leg side, second wide. Just having trouble with his line and length at the moment. Hertick's Sharma. Last ball of the first over. It's a productive one. Ends in a dot, though it is 15 without loss. Lovely Sandu from the northern end. Creative with these ends at some point. Bowling to Golding. Just gets a tip down leg side. Smell's caught him through. They get a comfortable-ish single in the end. Smell on 12, Golding on 1. He was not out, but carried his bat through in the last game, striking at about 70. It saw his team home. As he gets on the sweep, does Smale, it'll be a couple of bounces and 4. Well, the Bay of Plenty Indians have just strayed with their length, and also with their width, I should say. That's the 4th boundary. I think 130, 140 would be a good score out here. Although we did see 126 be chased in the earlier game. As he goes to the left of mid-off, some good fielding down there. Prevents more than one. experienced Golding on strike. He just plays this at the crease, and Sandy does his own fielding. Plenty Indian Sports Club had former black cap Jet Ravel playing for them. This one's played on the crease at the New Zealand Indian Sports Cricketer Tournament, which was won by Pukekohe just after Christmas up at Waikaraka Park in Auckland. So had Sandeep Patel, who recently was part of the Black Caps entourage at Seddon Park, because this is down leg. And it's called legal, ends the second, 21 without loss. First ball of the over is a single down to mid-on. I just Sharma to continue. Smile on that, into 18 off 10. It's Fuller onto the legs and clipped through square leg. Player giving chase there. It'll only be 2 though. Bev's broadcasting set up just over 6 years ago now to help achieve my dream of commentating sport. Done everything from primary school, high school, club, and 2 years ago almost I did 2, this is a quicker one, bounced just down to third man. Did 2 pre-season Super Rugby pre-season games. I did Moana Pacifica Chiefs on the Friday night for free. Didn't hear from Moana Pacifica until Monday, and they said, Highlanders want to fly you down to Queenstown. Are you available? Yeah, that was a hard half a second to make that decision. Yeah. I think I can make it work. I'll tell you the full story off air. It's played back to the bowler. As this one just got it down to third man, and Smale sent back, but they're going to pinch one for the overthrow. Tell you what, that throw was on. Unfortunately, it's cost them a run. Next ball guided straight to point though. NZ over, decent one there from Sharma, only 5 off it. It's 26 without loss after 3. Evan Fisher, how you doing?
Yeah, always good, thanks yourself.
Oh, hey, Sunday afternoon cricket. You know, you've got to wake up now since I've chucked you in the deep end.
Nothing beats it Sunday afternoon on the cricket field.
No, there are definitely worse things to do in the world. How did you find that pitch out there? Keeping, I mean, you faced a few balls batting as well.
Yeah, not much. I
said a few.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed pretty flat first innings. Wasn't turning much, so yeah, pretty flat otherwise.
Are you surprised at the Indians electing to bowl first on it?
Against the Mount, yes, I would say so. I think the Mount are capable of setting 200 plus here, especially off the start that they've got. What I've heard of their overseas player, he's gone, so we'll see what he can do. Hopefully he gets a few away. But yeah, definitely I think I'm surprised that they bowled first. I think they should have batted first, to be honest.
Sandhu's first ball of his new over, this one. 2 extra cover.
I've just jinxed him.
And it's taken. Comfortable catch. The first wicket falls. It's 26 for 1. Smale gone. Do you know what I'm about to say, Evan? Can't call yourself a true commentator unless you put the curse on. So well done.
I literally just cursed the bloke. I was actually really excited to see what he could do.
Well, he's showed promise in both games, isn't he? Do you know where he's from? I didn't realise he was overseas.
Glamorgan, I think.
Oh, Glamorgan,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But he said he was from New South or South Wales or something.
Okay, so he could be an Aussie to England and.
No. He's from the UK.
Oh, sorry, South Wales.
Yeah,
it's because you said
South of Wales or something. I don't know. Yeah, I was chatting to him about when I was keeping. Really nice guy.
Well, that's what you like too. As a keeper, you want someone that's chatty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Especially at this level.
Yeah, especially like an overseas guy. It's going to sound wrong, but if he stayed in a bit longer, would have got a bit more out of him.
Niven Dovey is the new batter. How have you found your experience here?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been tough adapting, especially to the weather. I feel like
more inconsistent, is that what you're saying? Yeah. Well, you've clearly never been to England then.
No. So like it'll be 1 minute it'll be sunshine, and like for example yesterday we were playing sunshine. Within 10 minutes, covers were on. I
couldn't believe looking at yesterday's scorecard and turning up today that anywhere on the North Island had rain with the amount of sunshine.
Exactly. I
was sweating next to the fan at my place in Pyro. I couldn't believe you guys had rain.
I put so much sunblock on before the game, and then come 10 overs in.
First ball to the new batter, swing and a miss.
Come 10 overs in, covers are on, pouring with rain.
Yeah. That's New Zealand cricket.
It's crazy. But yeah, also the sun here is really strong. Like you'll burn like bright red.
You just need to, and thankfully people can't see my face, but you just need to look at my face at the moment. I got badly burned on Wednesday, and just about every part of my face is peeling, is cracked,
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much the same with me. I was lucky enough to go to Fiji for over New Year's and Christmas, or just after.
Okay, thanks very much for your time, Evan.
Yeah.
Because I know what I want to say to you for doing that.
Yeah, so I got really burnt up there, but I mean it was great experience.
See, fourth ball just tipped off the pads. Going to take a quick single to the left of
run up.
Long on. Is a massive mix-up, and in the end, it was only one.
Could have been dangerous.
There could have been about 3 or 4 run-outs as well as runs in there. That Dovey, who wanted the second. It was the old adage of, never run off a misfield.
Exactly.
You see it more and more now, though, especially in T20 cricket. It's a little bit slower and back of the length, just got it down to third man. Dovey again taken off. Is this your first cricket trip overseas?
Yeah. So I matriculated 2 years ago actually now. So
You're what, sorry?
Finished school.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I've learned a new word.
Matriculated, yeah. So I finished school.
Last ball of the over. Eventful one, ends in a dot, 27 for 1 after 4.
Yeah, so I just decided to come up to New Zealand and see how it is here. I'm currently missing the South African season, which is a bit of a loss, but I think in the long run it'll benefit me. So yeah, it's my first experience overseas, and I mean, couldn't have gone any better.
Could have picked worse spots too.
Yeah, exactly.
I do apologise, folks. That was Niraj Singh that bowled that over, not lovely Sandu. Have you got any more thought? I mean, I've heard you're a former South African under-19 rep.
Well, yeah, I was in the under-19 squad. Fortunately, broke my finger, so couldn't be there.
Did you stick it where it didn't belong, or?
Nah, not quite. Yeah, I was keeping, and then obviously caught the ball wrong, and then that was the World Cup done for me.
Yeah, thankfully my half a season of wicket keeping then turned into an opening bowler. Yeah, didn't have too much time to damage my fingers or toes and everything else.
The thought was there of changing to a bowler.
As this is cut behind square on the offside 3 point, and we'll just make the boundary, 4 runs.
Yeah, I had a bowl on the last 100 overseas game against Tapuki, and it didn't go really well. I bowled to one of my best mates from South Africa, and he hit me for 4 first ball.
Who was that?
Mike De Beer.
Okay, yeah, Mike De Beer. Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah. And that was the end of the game, so couldn't really get redemption.
It almost sounds like guy used to know, Andrew Matheson. This is just back. Oh, I've got some good fielding there from the new bowler. Yeah, no, Andrew Matheson, he played one day international for New Zealand, which is one more than most of us. This is played straight to backward point, and he said, I only ever bowled one ball in international cricket. I got Jason Roy out with it.
At least he got a wicket.
Well, no, but the bit that he leaves out is he ended up with 1 for 40 or 4. but his first ball was a wicket. You know, this is straight down the ground, 1 bounce and 4. It's 2 down to third man, so I was just asking you off air, Evan, to think of the most cricket thing you've seen.
Yeah, well, actually, funny enough, early hours of this morning, as you probably know, that the SA20 is on, and there's
not overly following it, but yes, I do know that SA20 is on. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of my mates got drafted in the Pole Royal side, and he made his debut last night, and he got 97, and he was batting with Joe Root for 18 overs.
Oh, rough.
As an 18-year-old, I don't think you can get any better than that.
Definitely not. 11 off that first over of Shana Chandra's. It is 38 for 1 after 5. So my experience, do you know Cornwall Cricket Club in Auckland? So for those that don't know Cornwall, it's at the bottom of One Tree Hill, off a very famous, One Tree Hill is actually a very famous song off the Joshua Tree album of U2, which is U2's highest selling album. It's got many hits, including One Tree Hill. And it's surrounded by cattle. I was commentating a game there, and a cow got hit by the ball. It was fine. It was okay. You know, we were still laughing. We wouldn't have laughed about it if something serious had happened.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to us in commentary and goes, "You do know that cow was at cow corner?"
Oh my gosh.
And he comes down the wicket and spooned off his pads to point. The rest of the commentary didn't last very well. Didn't go very well because we were just absolutely wetting ourselves. A cow being hit at cow corner by the ball.
What are the chances?
Yeah. still the most. I've never seen anything else come closer. His Niraj Kumar starts at the dot.
I have a story like that. I think it was one of my first games for guys actually in Papamoa. In Papamoa at one of the smallest fields I've probably ever played on in my life.
Are you talking about Alice Johnson or one of the other ones?
I got no idea what it was. It
The
was
main oval?
No. It was one of the ones to the side.
Yep.
One of the guys we were fielding.
The score is wrong.
One of the.
This is hit to mid wicket. Good fielding there.
We were fielding and it hit it straight into one of the the yards, like with a bunch of cows in it.
Yep.
And we couldn't find the ball, and the ball was in the cow's mouth. Funny enough.
Hang on, sorry. We've got a phone a friend coming in. Two balls left in the over. And this one edged and dropped by the keeper. Very hard chance just off to the right of screen. Well, thank whoever that person is that just phoned a friend to say I'd stuffed up.
Yeah.
If anyone knows guys at cricket, they'll know who that was.
Yeah, exactly.
Fat man sitting
No.
on camera.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Oh,
He's still on the other side of the field.
so it's the oval end with one to mid wicket. 6 gone. It is 42 for 1. First ball of the new over, a single behind square leg. Chandra, none for 12 in his second.
Do you think
Golding 7 not out, and Niven Dovey 14.
if this batsman sweeps it, do you think Buddy's going to get down to the field to field it, or he's just going to let it go through?
I'll give him 10 points if he does. Points, not dollars.
Buddy's not moving it.
I think he looks a bit pretty comfortable where he is.
This is a single down to long on. You gotta love those phone of friends, and just you know the cheek of some people.
Yeah. He had the audacity though.
Oh, as I said, I'm more than welcome to be told I'm wrong.
Yeah. But it looks like they're having a good time there.
Oh, definitely. This is going to be a single just in front of point down to the cover sweeper. And what are the total? 45 for 1. Was he telling you about some story that you need to bring up?
Yeah.
Apparently he got 94, which I find really hard to believe. No, I don't want to say that on
This is down the ground
shot.
and a roll away for 4.
That's such a good shot. I can't say that.
You can.
No, you can't say that.
Goodbye.
Then you rolled your ankle. I was like,
Next ball, hit to short mid wicket, ends the 7th, 49 for 1. Yes, Byron Vandermat's just reminding me about the one time I have tried bowling out here on. Where are we? We're at the Smallbone Park.
Bit of a block.
I was about to say Alice Johnson again. Live streamed a guys at Premier League, went out to bowl, and I didn't actually break my foot while bowling. It was actually right at the end of my follow through, and I just crumpled.
It's actually quite funny.
But no, the time I did break my ankle.
Yeah.
So I was out at Auckland Domain looking for a last man stands team that was short. Found one. Of course, it was the last team. Went out to bat with a guy. He wasn't wearing a box. He got hit. Shrugged it off, after catching his breath. I bowled a couple of overs. Excuse me. Then did the long barrier and broke my ankle. Knew it, felt it, heard it.
Oh gosh.
Limped off. There's more to that. It's the 8th over starts the dot. Caught up with the team that I was filling in for after Christmas, and I go, "How's Joey?" Ruptured.
what?
He had ruptured that part of his body.
No ways. I don't think I would have liked to be in his position, to be fair.
Well, here was me limping off only with a broken ankle. This is an appeal for LBW, and I'll get through for a leg bye. It was heading down leg. Yeah, that's why I say, you've got to hear the full story behind me breaking my ankle.
Yeah. See what you mean.
I've ruptured mine.
For the good parts and best parts, none of my stories, most of my stories don't end in a happy ending with me. As the next ball swung and a miss. Just waiting for the scored update, actually. It's still showing 7th over, but it is 50 for 1.
I think as a batter now, sweep is
Yes,
on
sorry,
the cards.
yep.
Sweep is on the cards. I think Cal Corner's a bit of a mid-wicket type.
Well, he goes the other way. Goes
Yeah.
behind point.
I feel like if he had to get into the position now and walk across and just sweep it, any bat on it, it's 4.
And we've already seen in that first game this morning, it doesn't take much to beat the inner field.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So pick
Get
up
a bit more bat on that one.
another single. Sorry, folks, we'll sort out the scoreboard in a moment. It's just Play HQ not working. This is another single, this time down to long on. Actually ends the over. It is, off the top of my head, 52 for 1 after 8. Second ball of the 9th over.
Yeah, I'll try.
Down to cover. No, sorry, it's mid wicket, 2 runs.
I'll try.
54 for 1.
Okay.
And we'll sort out the score issue in a moment.
But, okay, cool. So, Buddy's told me to tell you about my first 100 that I've got online.
Cool, one moment. Yes, this is just guided off to the right as short third man, and I'll pinch a single. Go for it, Evan.
So, my first 100 that I got, funny enough, we were playing on a really small field at one of the primary schools,
Yep.
at under 11, and yeah, it was a really small field.
This
It
is
was either
hit to point. I'll scamper through for one, and I might get another overthrow here. They do. 2 more to the total. 57 for one. Sorry, even for cutting you off there. There's a single with makes it 56 for one.
yeah. So as I was saying, playing on a really small field, it was either dot or boundary, and funny enough, I only got 2 singles. I'll carry on now.
As this one's played on the back foot to point.
Yeah, only got 2 singles in that. I think I got 109 or something. Yeah, so the boundary was really small.
Ends the over 9 gone. 56 for one.
Yeah, boundary was really small, and actually, funny enough, I got dropped on 99 by the keeper. Then it was end of over.
Oh, that's even better if it's your opposite.
Yeah, yeah, end of over. Next ball, the guy gets 1, and I fortunately nicked off again, and he scored it. And I didn't walk.
Of course he caught it.
Yeah, I didn't walk at all. And then the next ball, I got 1. Funny enough, and then
Also,
yeah,
sorry, you weren't out.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, catching up.
I was out
Yeah.
on 99. Yeah, so got dropped by the keeper, and then next over, nicked off, didn't walk. It's your first ever 100. You're not going to walk on 99.
It's probably one of the new over starts. It's 58 for one into the 10th. And there's a loud call of no. They'll just settle for the 1.
Yeah, so I think as in your first ever 100, you're not going to walk on 99. You know what I'm saying?
Buddy said your stories are shit. That rather isn't a big mistake.
Well, that's bad. Especially when he's
Trying, buddy.
glorifying the 100 that he got. This is another run down to long on.
I think it was the best knock I've ever done in my life. For 99 runs.
Being in the 90s is probably the one time you can be forgiven
Exactly. That's why I was like,
not to walk.
Yeah.
It's only if it's your first one though.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
If your first 100, you're on 99, you're definitely not going to walk if you nick off.
I think I'd think about it too, to be fair. Is a single down to long on. Official umpires or players?
Oh no, it was coaches.
Coaches.
umpires,
Well,
yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was my
same.
coach standing on the other end, and he's like, he walks to me like at the end of the over. He's like, "You nicked it, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I middled it." And he's like, "Okay, good, just making sure."
Yeah, just making sure I didn't.
Then it didn't really last long after that. Yeah.
There's an appeal for RBW,
And he's given.
and it's given, gone. Second wicket falls, and there's 61 for 2 now. Pete Drysdale, the new batter at number 4, his first opportunity today. As Mount Maunganui won by 9 wickets earlier today, so 4 wasn't required, and the first ball to him just works us off his pads. He gets off the mark. Is there a time where you should have walked in, didn't, other than on 99?
Yesterday I didn't give any chances, but there probably has been, but I'd probably like to forget that myself. So
No, fair enough.
I don't really think of them.
As this is down to cow corner on the bounce. And they're going to come back for 2. Some good running there, especially from Pete Drysdale. Ends the 10th, 64 for 1. Just having to resort to the the very manual scorecard now, due to Play HQ issues. This is 1 through square leg. There is a player there, but that's going to beat him. It's 4.
He hasn't got much bat on that as well.
It was a tickle almost, wasn't it? It
Just like put his bat there and let the outfield do the rest of the work.
got something on it. Now, I saw a mate's tagged me in a video today from everybody's favourite cricket league. Can only be European cricket.
I feel like you get the best of both worlds in that league.
Oh, you do, because as good as... Excuse me, there's going to be a quick single, a short cover, and I'll get home safely. 69 for 1. And that's the thing, like, I mean, as good as some of that cricket is, the other end is so bad.
Exactly.
It's because I think that's what people don't realise. There is some quality cricket in there, as well as the stuff that makes everybody go well.
Like I've seen some of the fielding efforts in the European League, and
Well,
it's just been so shocking.
This is one of these. As he's tried to play across the line and given the 3rd wicket falls, and it's 69 for 1 halfway through the 11th.
Oh wait, overturned his decision, not out.
Overturned it, maybe. Okay. They are 2 down, sorry, folks, not 1 down. And in the end, it's just a dot ball.
Wonder what happened there. Maybe he's middled it or something.
I was having a chat to the umpires between matches. They seem pretty good blokes, like most umpires. And with those sort of 50-50 calls, they said they always look at each other just to see if, just to concur. That's the reason why you work in teams, hopefully. This is played to extra cover.
See you later. See you train.
Cheers, Brian.
Should we see another one?
Enjoy.
Here's tucked off the pads. Actually, that reminds me. Guys, this game on Wednesday night won't be live streamed. Sorry, folks. I am doing Auckland Premier Cricket for Eden Roskill up there.
You must travel a lot then.
Well, I live in Pyro, so kind of, to get anywhere.
There's a misstumping.
I don't want to criticise the wicket keeping in the last game, but there's a few dropped moments.
Well, no, to be fair, they didn't really nick off anything. It was just more of bars, like down the leg side.
There was one edge, was there? I reckon there was one edge I think you missed. I'm not being hypercritical here. I'm trying not to be.
I don't think so.
No, fair enough. And it's
oh yes, no, there was.
Yeah,
but it was. If I had taken that, that would have been
a good catch.
A good catch, yeah. But it's also one of those ones where
I was going to say, I don't like to be too critical, but I was just trying to remember. And especially when you're keeping in a T20 match, it's something you don't want to keep thinking about, do you?
Yeah, exactly. You got to move on.
And move on quickly.
Every ball is just
It's a new ball. Yes, this is down leg and called wide.
Really good shot.
This one will be 4 runs.
He lapped it.
Oh, lap shot. That 4 runs nonetheless. It's not what. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong with the lap shot, but it's not the shot that counts. It's the what goes in the book.
It's the outcome, exactly. Nickel for 4, it still says 4 runs on the score sheet.
I think a lot of my runs when I first started playing cricket was the old
Educated edge.
educated edge. I think you could almost call me a Frenchman for the amount of cuts I made.
Oh, that's good.
As this one's just played back at the bowler. Better reply. What is your favourite cricketing moment? Evan, you got a particular, other than scoring your first 100? It's played down to long off. And I might look at 2, they do. The Bay Plenty Indians just a little bit slow, sitting on their heels a bit. It's 2 more of the total.
Oh, there's a short run there.
Oh, one short.
But probably scoring 100 at the under 19 trials. I think that was really special.
Oh, not a bad place to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, so what happened there was.
So this next one is down leg, and they're going to scamper through for 2 wides.
Yeah, so as I was saying, what happened there. So we have like a tournament, it's called Cubs Week, which is like the provinces play each other.
Yep.
Down in Stellenbosch, which is quite nice.
I had no idea what it was called, but I was figuring it interprovincial.
Yeah, pretty much something like that. Yeah, and then that's where they select the 23-man squad of the under 19 World Cup team.
This is down to long on. How long for one? How long are we talking? Sorry.
End of 2023.
Okay, so very recently.
Yeah, so just really recently. So the World Cup was in January
this year.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Last year.
That's the first. I'm patting myself on the back because that is the first time I've made that mistake this year, since New Year.
Yeah.
It goes back into the crease to long on for one.
Yeah, so that's probably one of the best cricket moments I've had. Like, it's probably a dream come true, especially for representing the Dolphins. Also, playing first class cricket.
You played first as well.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I have 1 game.
Hey, it's one more than me.
Yeah, so that's really special. Getting your
first cap.
Yeah, your first cap.
Yeah. As this is played straight to mid wicket.
Yeah.
NZ over 12 gone, 79 for 2.
Yeah. And it was quite special because I got my cap from the Protea now, Keshav Maharaj.
Oh yeah, well he's been around a while too.
Yeah, exactly.
Keshav Maharaj.
I
was going to say because I don't know a lot of the South African team these days, but that name. Yeah.
So he's obviously from Durban, likewise myself, and luckily enough, he plays for the Dolphins.
So sorry, who was your first class game for?
The Dolphins,
which is
the Hollywood Bets Dolphins, which is
okay. Yeah.
It's.
I see. Whereas I'm trying to think,
Durban.
not yes.
Yeah.
I knew it was Durban, but I'm like, is it Northern Districts?
Oh,
knowing it's not Northern Districts.
Yeah.
But
It's like the same thing, but just obviously in South Africa.
In a sponsored naming rights.
Yeah. Hollywood Bets Dolphins. It's the Durban franchise, the Coastline franchise, and then we have the Inland franchise, which is the Tuskers.
Yeah.
So that's like more inland, like 100 k's inland. That's where you get it from,
Just up the road, in a country like South Africa. Yeah. Actually, not quite like a road. Up the road, I should say.
Yeah. I feel like it's a bit of a far drive. The more you drive it, like every so often you drive, you're like, I'm going to inland. I'm going to inland. It's like gets a bit much after a while.
How good's your rugby not trivia? I got a great rugby trivia question.
I'd say it's good. It's decent. Okay. I can probably answer a few questions.
It's going to be a single
if it becomes
cover.
If it's a question from the past 2 World Cups, I definitely know the question.
No, this is going further back.
Before my time?
Yep, before mine even. Who is the only non-tier 1 country to beat the All Blacks?
Oh, Zimbabwe.
Oh, come
I
on!
know that one.
Come
And
on,
the score
please, can you...
The score's 9-8.
I thought it was 10-8.
Oh,
But
10-8,
can you at least let me finish the question before answering it?
Oh, I gotta know that one. I only learned that about maybe beginning of last year.
I'm going to be an arse though and tell you, no, it wasn't Zimbabwe.
It was Zimbabwe.
No, it was Southern Rhodesia at the time.
Rhodesia, same thing.
As I said, I'm going to be an arse here.
Yeah, Zimbabwe.
I knew just the way you answered. I was like, that's not even a guess. Under no circumstances, that's a guess.
Yeah.
I had that taught to me by someone.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Zimbabwe's never beaten the All Blacks. It was on the end of the 1949 tour of South Africa. This is a dot through the keeper, which is considered one of the worst All Black tours ever to go overseas. And I think Zimbabwe or Southern Rhodesia had like 3 or 4 former Springbok players as well playing for them.
Yeah, that's very common.
It happened at the Harare Sports Ground as well.
Yeah, I learned that probably middle of last year, where one of my friends is born in.
As this is driven down the ground and to the player long on for one.
One of my friends is born and raised in Zimbabwe, and their dad was like, "Oh, look here, Southern Rhodesia beat the All Blacks however many years ago." And I was like, "Oh, that's actually quite good. Wouldn't have expected that."
No, I wasn't expecting you to just answer it like that at all.
If you had to ask me any other question from way back then, I probably wouldn't have got the answer, to be fair.
Just play the crease, and they're going to punch a single to extra cover. One ball to come in the 13th. 82 for 2. I'll just shoot downstairs after this next ball and check that score.
Yeah.
While Play HQ's throwing a wobbly.
Trying to get the other overseas from Gaza to come up. He's
I
just
had to stop and think who that was. Ravi's not a bad man.
yeah, really good guy. He's sitting over there in his LNP bucket hat.
It's tucked off the pads, and they'll take one on a great save there at square leg. Huge bit of a mix-up. Then on striker's end, that ends the over. 13 gone, 83 for 2. Do apologise about the scoring, folks. Excuse me. Due to Play HQ not working, and I've set up away from the scorers. Just having to double check on a few things, and fly blind as little as we can. Unfortunately, technology issues happen. Evans just shot down to look at it. Goes onto the back foot, cuts us to backward point. Good fielding effort down there actually. Prevents a single. Thanks, Evan, for double checking on that. Talk about your South Africans, and I actually think he's permanently in New Zealand these days. Bevan John Jacobs. No, you've never heard that name?
No,
Okay,
never in my life.
interesting. I thought all the South Africans knew each other. No, I'm kidding. As this is driven back past the bowler, and they'll pick up one. He's been picked up by I think it's the Mumbai Indians for $200,000.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, hang on.
No, now
Surely,
I know exactly who you're speaking about.
Was picked in the T20 squad against Sri Lanka, but never played. This is back of the length and hit down to long on and long off, doing a lot of fielding at the moment. And what are the total? I was doing the Auckland inter squad match, 2-day match. And that guy had 182 off not many balls. And the only loose shot he played was the one he got out to.
That's
It's
unreal.
absolutely hitting it like massive.
But to be fair, I've never really seen him play. I've just obviously heard and seen on Instagram and all of that of how he can play.
For some random reason, I started following him before he left to Canterbury. And I've always, I think it's more because of the name than anything.
Yeah.
But it's great to see him getting some time.
Yeah. But it's funny how the franchises overseas.
X-Ball's full, played through cow corner, and they'll be cut off and pick up 2. Bit of teamwork going on down there.
Yeah.
Ends the over 14 gone, 89 for 2.
As I was saying, it's funny how the franchises pick up the good guys or the good players before their country picks them up.
Yeah, well, I think the last one that kind of was David Warner. David Warner represented Australia before even playing the first class game.
Oh yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah.
I know probably one of my good friends, Quentin Mapaka. I don't know if you've heard the name. He's debuted for all 3 formats for the Proteas recently in the past 2 months, and he's only finished. He's matriculated. He's matriculated this year.
Oh, that one's going to go around in my head. All I'm going to think of is matriculated.
Yeah. So he matriculated end of last year, and he got picked up by the Mumbai Indians before he made his international or his Proteas debut.
Proteas debut, yeah.
Well, obviously he played in the Under-19 World Cup and he got player of the tournament. But after that, the Mumbai Indians picked him up before he made his men's debut, which is funny. I feel like
It's random that it happens like that, eh?
Yeah.
And I think that's the good side of T20 cricket. It allows you to blood players. This is an interesting looking shot. Bit of a scoop down to fine leg, coming in off the boundary. They take 1. You know, it does allow and brings players into the environment. And the one thing people have a problem with New Zealand domestic cricket is that there's such a long gap between domestic to international.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've noticed. I feel like it's also like that all around the world. I feel like the gap.
I think the 3 countries you could probably say it isn't are your big 3: Aussie, India, and England.
Yeah.
Rajani Trophy is huge.
Yeah.
I've met a guy, Barrington Rowland. If you've been in Auckland cricket for 5 minutes, you'll know the name Barrington Rowland. I think he played 20 Rajani Trophy games. He's just clipped off his pads down to mid-wicket for 1. And 2-day cricket, Premier Auckland, he still averages 40, his age, basically. But his problem, he had some guy named Rahul and others like Rahul Dravid and you know those guys in that era in front of him. He just didn't get to play. Sheffield Shield, we've always known as probably second to county.
Yeah, most definitely.
As this is down league side, some very good keeping there. Just keeps it to the 1 wide.
Is that called wide?
Yeah, no, it's well done, Lee.
I thought it came off his back because the umpire.
No, there was definitely a call.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to say there was a call.
Yeah, hopefully there was.
We'll find out at some point.
Yeah.
92 for 2, halfway through the 15th. This round 8 Jensen Steel Baywide T20 comp. This is one set to cover. Point comes around and does the fielding, restricts it to 1. What is the first class scene in South Africa like, Evan?
I feel like it's really good. Obviously you have your top tier teams and then you have your lower. So it's split into 2 divisions.
So like the county is
almost.
So
there's 2 divisions of like your provinces. So like the lower provinces, which is Mpumalanga,
This is a single down 2, long on for 1.
So you've got your Limpopo, your Mpumalanga, your Free State. Those are all the, like, there's obviously more, but those are your
I was going to say the provinces nobody's heard of, but I've heard I've heard of Free State. I have heard of Orange Free State Cats.
Yeah.
They used to be in Super Rugby.
In Free State, there's a whole bunch of nothing happening.
94 for 2, last ball of the 15th, and that was wide, I've just noticed. As this one's going to beat mid-wicket. And they come back for 2. Ends the 15th, 96 for 2.
Yeah, so
It's fine. I'm just telling you guys this story.
Oh, well, you were telling everyone a story, just didn't realise the mic was off. Sorry about that, folks. Niven Duvoy being caught down leg. It was 102 for 3. He's gone for 40 off 43 deliveries. You can carry on your story if you like, Ravi.
I'll just keep the story going.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I lost the hat, and then I was like, oh shit, okay. I was pretty upset. I was trying to find another one, and then all of a sudden, I'm driving down the road. Buddy's driving the car down the road.
Good old Buddy Evans.
And all of a sudden, I see this guy walking down the street with an LMP bucket hat on, and I'm saying, we're about to turn into the road. And I'm saying, oh, buddy, stop. So he stops the car. I get out. I run to this guy who's walking down the street. He's about to turn off, and I catch him, and I'm like, oh, bro. He was like a 50-year-old dude. He was sweating like I've never seen anybody sweat. Then I considered if I actually really did want this hat. But,
yeah, it's almost like wearing somebody else's cricket helmet, isn't it?
Yeah, but then I asked him, oh, can I buy this hat off you? And he was like, oh yeah, bro. Like, I was like, how much do you want for it? He's like, oh, $10. I was like, oh shit, okay. Didn't think you'd say yes to that. And then all I had in my wallet was $8. $8.50 I had.
$8.50 with only the small stuff that counts.
Yeah, and so I offered him, can I $8.50? And he was like, yeah. So I got the hat, and it was wet.
Can I stop you there? Can I ask you a question? Did you wash the hat?
Yeah, I washed the hat.
After, wait. After you put it on.
This one sat down to long on. I'll take a single Ben Parlay, the new batter.
Did you put it on straight after, or did you?
Yeah, obviously I tried it on. I tried it on,
sure
Evan. You have to. And then after I tried it on, I put it in the washing machine.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was for 5 seconds that you wore it, eh?
Tell you what's even better, because it was too big for me when I got it. Put it in the washing machine, put it in the tumble dryer, it shrunk, and now it's the perfect size. So
I got a story about shrinking in that involving rugby, involving Northland as well, actually. Come back to that one straight after the sofa ball. And this is straight to extra cover. I was live streaming the first provincial rugby game after COVID lockdown. And it was Waikato taking on Northland, and Northland ladies a bit more built than the average ones. And the manager comes over to us at the commentary position before the game. This one's full and played to mid-wicket. He goes, we've got some jersey number changes. They shrunk on the way down. Another way of looking at it is the girls are too big for the jerseys.
Yeah.
It's like that is the greatest excuse I've heard for number changes ever. 6 years and still counting. So down to long on for 1.
2.
Actually, no, they've been running well all day, Maunganui. They get 2. 105 for 3 after 16. Have you guys got a score in mind that could be a good score out here on this? This is what, the 7th innings on this pitch across 2 days?
Ravi batted long enough to tell you that.
Well, I've only paid attention to the game that we played. But
I'd hope you'd paid attention.
Our score was at 127 was under par, I thought. I think a score of 160 is about par on here because the outfield's so quick. I mean, it's a big boundary, which makes it more difficult, but I think, 150, 160 is about par. Indians have bowled well here, I think. Mount are under par at the minute.
Yeah, I was going to say Mount to get 150 is 10 and over off the last 4.
But that being said, Pete's in there. He's batting beautifully.
He knows which end of the bat is up.
And he's a quality bat, so they could easily get 150 here, I think, with him in.
Single to start the 17th. Just a reminder, there'll be highlights and photos. You can hear the camera clicking away. Posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page. Unfortunately, the guys can only see my ass at the moment, so I'm standing in front of them. It's whipped off the pads behind square leg. They'll take 1 and I'll restrict it just to the 1. Arian Ayal, a couple of years out of Tauranga Boys College. Then with the gloves, as it comes down the wicket, up and over point. I'll think about 2, but no, they'll make it comfortably in the end. Ravi, how have you found your second season in New Zealand? It is your second, isn't it? Not your
It's the second.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still loving New Zealand as a place.
What about the weather? Is it a bit more suited to home than what like Evan would be?
Yeah, I think I'm probably more used to the temperamental changes in the rain and things. Definitely used to the rain.
Yes, this is over cover, and oh well, fielded just in front of the camera. And they'll pick up 2. No, sorry, it's 3. Let's run there. Carry on there, Ravi.
I feel like the weather this year hasn't quite been as good as last year. Last year felt almost perfect. This year's been a bit more rain, but
Well, I was going to say, I think up to Christmas Day when it was quite a really nice day, it was good, and then just since Christmas Day we've had more rain than what's expected in summer. This is played down for a single to long on.
no.
And I know there's been a misfield,
It's good running.
and the bowler's got his old hands on his hips. It's good running that forced the 2.
Yeah, I love being out here. Cricket's going a bit better this year, so that's good.
Well, that's always the main thing, as long as it goes up and not down.
Yeah. So I don't think it could have gone much more down, but
Oh, come on, Ravi, this is trying to chalk yourself up, not down.
I've enjoyed the cricket more this year, definitely.
Single down to long off. Ends the over 1-5 to 3. Tell you what, you know, you were saying that the 126 that you scored in the first game this morning looked under par. I think at this rate it would actually be a good score in this game.
Yeah, I think you know the Indians have bowled well here. I think if a team bowls well on a flattish wicket, then it makes it hard. Even if the wicket is, this is a good wicket, but if you bowl good lengths, it's still difficult in a T20 to really take advantage of that, especially on a field as big as this.
Did you find the ball sticking at all in that second innings while you were bowling?
Oh, not heaps. I mean, it's probably slowed up a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bowled a couple of short balls that didn't quite get through to Evan. So it's probably getting a little slower, but I think, in all honesty, it's still a pretty good batting wicket. And on a big field like Smallbone, when you've got men on the boundary and you bowl good lengths, it's pretty tough to kind of get anything more than a single. So at that point, it's.
So you get out what you're putting in, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think definitely the flatter the wicket, obviously the flatter the wicket, the better you got to bowl. I think your margin for error gets a lot less, and the Indians have bowled really well here. So
Okay, so I've done a quick Google search about Peter Drysdale. It comes down the wicket, up and over short mid wicket, and they'll pick up 2 runs. Peter Drysdale is the younger brother of Mahi Drysdale. I had to tell you guys who Mahi Drysdale is. Current mayor of Tauranga City and also Olympic champion in the men's rowing sculls.
cool.
So, about the same time that Hamish Bond and Eric Murray was racing, if you know those names. No? Okay. I'm trying here, Ravi, I'm trying.
Yeah, his brother's a pretty handy cricketer. So
Yeah, at the age of 36, this one's off the pads. They pick up 2. One 7-3.
good bowler as well. Pete bowled a good over in the power play in that first game to me. He's got he's got real good control over where he's bowling, and he's also quite wily. He's got a good cricketing brain, and he'll try and outsmart you as a batter.
This is on 3 fine leg. They'll pick up to its Hrithik Sharma bowling. None for 24, 2 balls into his second. Well, I don't know the Bay of Plenty scene relatively well. Well, more than, I don't know it as much as I'd like to, but I definitely knew the name Peter Drysdale as a very decent all-rounder before coming into Bay of Plenty.
Definitely, and he also is quite understated in the team. I feel like he kind of just goes about his business when he's needed, but he's a massive cog in that strong mount side. So
Comes down the wicket, plays this through mid wicket. There is a fielder down there though. They'll come back for 2, And quite comfortably as well. Well run. Drysdale moves to 32 off 23. Ben Parlane at the other end, 7 off 4. Final at Bay Oval on the 30th of January. Unfortunately, I am otherwise occupied. It says a late swing at this one, but it's called wide. It's called no ball actually, for an overstep. I get to meet the great Merv Hughes on the 30th of January.
Oh, awesome. What's the occasion?
So there's a match and a function involving Merv Hughes at Suburbs New London in Auckland, at Ken Wanda Park. Invitational game going on, and then a night's, with the guest speakers. This one's up and over into the rows. It's all the way 6 into the staircase is what I was trying to say. There's a nice flick off the pads there. And I'm sure someone like Merv Hughes would have a couple of stories from his playing days. $18 gone, 2 to go. Mount Maunganui having put into bat, they are 129 for 3. Nineteenth over starts, and got a big point. And I'll just take the 1-3-1 for 3. Next ball comes down the wicket, down to mid-on, long on, sorry, that's come up to mid-on. And I think he'd want that catch back. He's almost tried to take it one-handed at shin level. They come back for 2. Naresh Kumar bowling his 3rd, I think. If I have a look at his last, 2 for 18. Down the wicket, up and over cover. I'll place it at the bottom of the screen. And they come back for 2. Last ball, down the ground, players coming around, he's trying to take it one-handed again, and they'll come back for 2.
Did you manage to find accommodation?
Next ball, slower one. One round over the cow corner. And it splits the fielders, it's 4 runs. So scores eventually signalled the umpire. We've lost our scoreboard momentarily, sorry. Good old technology issues, which is probably why the scorers couldn't signal. Slices this to deep point. And it'll take 2. Ends the over, 19 gone, and I'm going to shoot downstairs and check the score. Last over to go, Maunganui having lost the toss and inserted, at 144 for 3. This is round to mid wicket, they'll take 1.
Can you see how many people are on the broadcast?
145 for 3. Second ball of the last. Ducks underneath us as he charged. Nice directed ball there from Sandu, I think that is. Next ball, slower one, up and over mid-on. He's having to give chase. I think the colourful guy down there on the boundary's taken a good field. Stopped it quite well in sport. 149 for 3. Certainly got a lot to say, that gentleman down there. He's probably crediting himself for the best save that he's ever made in his life. Nothing wrong with an okay spectator. It's when they start to get a bit over the top that makes things interesting. Third ball, and this one's played back to Sandu, and they've just got a bit entangled there, and they'll take a single.
He's got a career strike rate of 200.
Which will bring up the 150 for Mount Maunganui.
2 runs.
Sounds like Harley is the man down at long off. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, it's a no ball. 151 for 3. I was just going to turn to you there, buddy, and you've gone. Is that long it takes? So what's Harley all about? Do we just asking random questions, was he, or?
Yeah, just a strange dude.
Has he had a few? Yeah, I was going to say, sounds like he had a few.
Unless Buddy can come and take out.
He seemed busy watching his highlights. That's what I said, Chris, though. 151 for 3. Free hit coming up, and it's a swing across the line. He's missed out there. Two balls to come. I think Maunganui, they've had a good 3 overs. Will be happy with 151. Some are suggesting that's about par. Swipes this from wide outside off, and he's hit this to wide long on. It's 4. Don't know how you could explain that with 3 guys. Dragged it wide, and that's actually end of the innings. So I'll come back in a moment and tell you what Mount Maunganui have scored. I believe it's 156, but I'll come back with that.
But it's got great.
Mount Maunganui have made it to 155. We're back in 10 minutes for the Bay of Plenty Indians chase of 156. Welcome back. It is the Bay Plenty Indians chasing 156 for the win. Starts the dot. Just hoping that hopefully KHQ wants to come to the party. At the moment they don't. Second ball onto the back foot. Hit this down to mid off. 2 dots to start here. Player to watch from this morning from the Mount Maunganui effort. Henry Conway picked up 5 wickets off his 4 overs as one's hit, and just on the bounce down to cover. Apparently the umpires asked him, he actually broke the stump on his 5th wicket. Quicker one, flat out, gone, stumped. It's taken a step and a half, trying to head back, and the first wicket falls. Niraj Kumar that's been out-stumped without scoring. And 2 balls left for the first. Mount Maunganui starts quite strong. Ian Ayal is the new batter. Young man just a couple of years out of Tauranga boys. Gets a quick one, just jams this into the ground down to short third man. Bryn Robertson is the player with the ball. Last ball of the first, left arm round. He's on the back pad, there's an appeal. And no movement from the umpire. Ends of the dot. A wicket maiden, no less. It's one without loss after the none for one when I find my words after the first over. As this is cut, first ball of the new over, cut behind point, and it's 4 runs. Henry Conway starting at the southern end, at the northern end we'll find. Actually started against Geyser this morning, a couple of 4s and a couple of wickets in his first over. The 4s were in the same place, believe it or not. Second ball, and this one down leg and wide called. I did love that when they hit that 4, they was like, do that again, do that again. Some supportive comments coming from the sideline. It's lovely Sandu, the batting all-rounder for Bay of Plenty. A lot of it rests on him. He's a Very good player. As there's an appeal for caught behind. And gone! The second wicket falls. Lovely Sandu has to go. And it's 5 for 2. Akashdeep Tabla, the new batter. The Bay of Plenty Indians. Been promoted up the order the last couple of T20s. As I tuck this to square leg and ends in a dot. I don't think Aryan was interested one bit in taking that single, and fair enough. Yeah, Akash has been batting at 9. The last two 20s the Bay of Plenty Indians have played and scored a few runs there. As this is up, down to third man, down on the bounce to the fielder. Two balls left in the second. This one just bounced down to gully. Third wicket falls, it's caught behind a healthy edge to Ben Parlane, and it's 6 for 3. One ball left in the second. the end of the second over. Here's Golden Singh Bra walks the crease. Henry Conway, 2 for 6. Bryn Robinson to bowl his second at the southern end. 1 for none off his 1 over. As Kashdeep Pabla plays this back to him. Just the one Pabla brother playing in this one. Akish. I'm not sure where Ashdeep is, sorry. If you're watching Ashdeep, hope you're well. Let's hit back to the bowler again. If you're looking for more cricket to watch tomorrow afternoon, live from Kemu Cricket Club, there'll be 2 T20 matches between Kemu and an Australian touring side, live here on Bev's Broadcasting YouTube channel. Let's get to bottom edge, going to take these runs as they can, and they're going to settle for 1. I think there was 2 there, but it was a very slow single that they took. As this is stoned and well taken at mid-on. Very good catch coming forward. And Bay Plenty Indians are 7 for 4. Shanat Chandra's first ball is new batter. They're going to take 2 down to long on. Ends of the dot, a successful over again for Mount Maunganui. They're defending 156, Bay of Plenty Indians having won the toss and elected to bat. A 9 for 4 in their second innings. It's a huge appeal, and given this time, there's a bit of encouragement coming from downstairs on the Bay of Plenty Indian bench. Next ball hit straight to cover. Yes, that's sorry, folks. Just trying to think of New Zealand's top male squash player. All we could think of was Superman, which is his nickname, Paul Cole. It's Kashtet Pablo waiting. And gets a full one. Has a slash at it. Half an appeal caught behind. Can't say I've heard a noise up here. Good line and lengths being bowled here from the Mount Maunganui side. Plenty Indians just need to value their wicket at the moment. And it's slashed and dropped by Ben Parlane behind the stumps. It's had a pretty good day so far. So this is Mount Maunganui's second game today, having beaten Geyser Cricket Club earlier on. Pablo drives again, straight to mid-on. This is a thing that guys have found too, is just they weren't able to beat the fielders often, or often enough. They do sit fourth on the table, Mount Maunganui. I think Bay of Plenty Indians are at the bottom half. So I worked off the pads to mid-wicket, and in the end it's a good run. It did look quite tight there for a moment. Ends the fourth over, it is 10 for 4. New over, goes back into the crease, closest to the front of square. Is a new over, so we're just waiting to see who the bowler is. Just saying off here to Blake that only non-tier 1 country to beat the All Blacks is it's Peter Drysdale with ball, and this one's up in the air. It's going to land safe by the look of things. Yeah, it is. It's land in the middle of two players. I'll pick up 2. It's cash deep Pablo, when I find my words, moves to 5. Yeah. Southern Rhodesia at the Harare Sports Club, now known as Zimbabwe. Gets the brim out, sweeps, and it's going to bounce away from the fielder. It's 4. Streaky, but you've got to take these runs when they're on offer. It's outside off, and good ball there from Drysdale. This one's defended. I'm just saying to Blake that the Mark Ellis still holds the record for the most tries in a Tier 1 rugby match. It's at the 1995 Rugby World Cup. Comes down the wicket. This Pablo is going to land safely again and bounce away from the fielders. They'll pick up 2. Let's see, third time in about 7 balls it's landed safe. Ends 5, 18 for 4, chasing 156. Bay Plenty Indians having won the toss and electing to field. First ball of the new over. Now you see that quite often with the keepers. Ben Parlane's just throwing his glove off. You see that quite often. They'll throw it off so that they can throw a bit more accurate. Trust me, it's not easy throwing with a glove. There's a reason why in baseball they catch in one hand and throw with the other. As the next ball's fuller and played to mid off. Yeah, just to finish my story that I was saying about Mark Ellis holding the Tier 1 record for most tries, 6 against Japan in that 145-17. When he went off to the field and went up to the coach Laurie Mains, who was a black coach back then, just before the days of John Hart. This is a single down to long on. And he was expecting a bit of praise from Laurie Mains, but Laurie Mains told him he should have passed it more. Don't know whether Simon Culhane, who was a player for Southland in that game, who at the time held the record for most points in a match, which was 42. Not a bad way to play your debut. Just play down to long on once more, a bit straighter this time. And I half thought about two, but the throw is decent. Long boundaries here at Smallbone Park, but you know, if you can plug the gaps and run them well, you never know what you can create. So I've also seen a lot of deliveries go aerial and land in the middle of nowhere. Great to have your company wherever you are tuned in, folks. Ben and Jensen of Bev's Broadcasting. Another swing and a miss. I'm certainly glad he's not up here. My microphone's that sensitive, it might actually be picking him up. I think some of the guys have just gone into a bit of an argument with the colourful character. So it's straight to the middle, and they're going to run with a single, very good run as well, actually. Put the pressure on, and in the end it was a comfortable one. 6 gone, 21 for 4. Yep, that looks like one of my calls. Kashdeep Pablo on 12 and Shonat Chandra on 4. Plays the Smith. Niraj Kumar stumped for a duck. Lovely Sandhu put behind 4 off 2 deliveries. Ayan Ayal off Henry Conway for a duck as well. And Golden Singh Bra first ball of Bryn Robertson. Bowlers for Mount Maunganui. Bryn Robertson 2 overs 1 maiden 2 for 3. Conway 2 overs 2 for 7. Drysdale 1 over for 8 and Tate Marsh 1 over for 3. First ball of the new over. Swing and a miss. Or play and a miss, actually. I think swing and a miss is a bit unfair. Nathan Walker from the southern end. It's a very quick time up those stairs. So it's angled down to third man. They're going to run with the shot. Throw is wide. I think the fielder there probably had another half a minute to throw at the stumps. But in the end, it's a single that goes in the book. Cover, fine leg, square leg, mid wicket, and long on are the players on the boundary. It's played on the back foot down to the cover sweeper. (23 for 4), halfway through the 7th. Don't engage with them, that's the word. Engage is the word I was looking for. So this one's clipped on his legs, going to split the gap behind square leg. And then another 4. It's a nice little flick off the pads.
Mount's bowling is real well.
Yeah, it's what they did in this morning's game. They, restricted guys at a 1-2-6, I think it was. Definitely helped with Henry Conway picking up 5 wickets.
Well, it's got really tight fielding. They know where they aren't going to hit it.
Yeah, well, this one's straight to that deep square leg fielder for 1. So they've even got protection back just for those odd balls that, a lot of cricketers from the subcontinent, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, that sort of area, Bangladesh, just love anything square, either leg side or offside. It's bowled. He's had 3 goes at it. We're time enough to have 3 goes And it's been clean bowled. And Plenty Indians now 28 for 5. It's Akishdeep Pablo that's gone 13 off 20 as Yash Patel walks the crease. It was the end of the over, so this one from Chandra just played at the crease. Niven Dovey is the new bowler. Hasn't bowled yet in this match. The second ball, just played this to extra cover. Next ball is through cover, a little misfield there, and they'll get rewarded for it. It's 2. This one gets the broom out and sweeps through mid wicket for 1. Just talking about the magnificent rugby commentator that is Grant Nisbet. If you've ever watched an All Blacks game, it probably was him commentating, either him or Tony Johnson. Up until recently, just the 2 commentators over the last 30, 40 years of New Zealand All Black rugby in New Zealand. How about Grant Nisbet? 350 tests. This one's played back at Dovey. Rinse and repeat that one. Just can't get away from Dovey at the moment. Ends the over, 3 off it. 8 gone, 31 for 5. First ball of the new over, round through square leg. 1 more to the total. They're only picking up boundaries every now and then. But they are Plenty Indians. Nathan Walker, 1 ball into his second, 1 for 8. Chanat Chandra moves to 14. Yash Patel on strike. He had to score off his first 2 balls. If you're in the Bay of Plenty, Waikato or Auckland regions and would like something live streamed, photographed or commentated on, get in touch with me, Bev's Broadcasting Official. This is angled off the bat, well run off the face of the bat, it's going to be 4 as well, it's feeding the fielder and just trickles over. Just run it off the face there through third man. 36 for 5. Sorry, no, 32 for 5. I was getting ahead of my fault. No, now the score changes itself. Apologies, 36 for 5 as they get a very quick single to square leg. Just try to flick between scorecards there, sorry folks. There's a link to Bev's Broadcasting Official in the comment in the description of the video. There'll be highlights and photos posted too in a week or so. I've got quite a bit of cricket coming up. This one's clipped through, fine leg. Fielder was squarer, so the pick up a comfortable 2. The 1 day a week I can guarantee you probably got to get a no, but you can always ask, is Saturday. That last Saturday off, that felt strange. So it's clipped in front of square, and just be the 1. Call have run hard, but was always going to be 1 unless a serious misfield happened. 1 ball left in the 9th. I basically cover anything. I've covered wheelchair rugby, goalball, vision impaired sport. How about this bloke? So vision impaired sport, played on a volleyball court, but was held up by the weather outside. This is down leg, and then pinch 1 leg by the look of things, what you can see. No, 1 more to the total, ends 9, 41 for 5. Go on, have a guess. Try and guess how, the roof didn't leak, it literally was just the weather outside.
Too windy for people's guide dogs.
Yeah, actually you're almost there. So in goalball I've actually played it. It was very weird. So you got full eye masks so you can't see a thing. And the ball's got 2 bells inside it. So the rain got too loud on the roof. So they couldn't hear where the bell is.
Yeah.
Where the ball was. Yeah. Couldn't hear the bell, to orientate. I had a go, and I love goalballs. It is very weird. It's simple but very weird. It's just 3 players on a volleyball court trying to throw the ball into the opposite goal, and it's the length of the length of the baseline. I turned up the next day with a complaint. This is played to cover. Bit of a mix-up, but turned up the next day and I said, I'm really sorry to ask this personal question, but is it usual for your bum to hurt? And they said, is it only your bum? I go, yeah. They go, well, you're bloody lucky then, because you're diving on a gym floor, like hardwood. Yeah. Second ball from Marsh, and throw to these non-strikers in. Almost looked like there's going to be 3 mix-ups at 2 ends for 1 ball. But in the end, it's just 1 run to the total. 42 for 5. And the one thing I learned at last year's Nationals in Palmerston North was the deaf love the sport. Because they can see, but because of needing to orientate yourself with the bell, once the ball's in play, the crowd's got to be quiet. Yeah. You cannot make a noise. Yeah. So the deaf apparently love it because they're not missing anything. Yeah. Makes it interesting to commentate too. Actually, Although I was put in another room, so I could commentate. Have you ever watched wheelchair rugby?
I've seen a bit of it. No, I've seen wheelchair basketball.
No, completely different.
Yeah,
Completely different. And I'll tell you why in a second. As this goes up and over, long off. And it's 4-1 bounce. So wheelchair basketball, and no offence to the guys that play, because I couldn't, I'm unco, you know. I have no coordination. Basketball is basically basketball in wheelchairs.
yeah.
Wheelchair rugby actually has nothing to do with the sport rugby.
Right.
It's a combination of netball with its passing, gridiron, because the objective is this is angled off the face of the bat through gully, just well to restrict it to 1. 47 for 5, 1 ball left in the 10th. The original name of wheelchair rugby was murder ball,
Yeah, I have heard that before.
because there's actually somebody in Tauranga who nicknamed it, and it's actually a really classy nickname, chess on steroids, because it is so tactical and that. As this is played to the left of mid-off, does very well. There was a half a chance, but it's bounced in front. Ends 10, 48 for 5. Yeah, but wheelchair rugby, as I said, was originally called murder ball for the intensity. It's if they've got the ball, and not necessarily if they have got the ball, smash them. The chairs are designed to take heavy impacts. Been with that sport 15 years, I think, now. And it's where the idea of live streaming came from. That was the clip that I showed you that nobody else needs to hear. Nice tidy over here from the mount. 49 for 3, halfway through the 11th. Bryn Robertson continuing. He misses this one outside off, and Parlane takes its stumps off, but no run. 2 for 4 in his third over. Bryn Robertson. So only had 1 run off this over so far. As this one's played down to long on. Hint of 2, but just the 1. I reckon about 80 metres minimum from the striker's end down, straight down the ground. Almost like playing at the MCG in Melbourne. Depending on what sport you're following at the time, or the G as it's called. In AFL, as this one's hit straight back at Robertson. Ends the over, very reasonable 1, 2 off it. It is 50 for 5 after 11. start of the 12th, comes down the wicket. Hits it straight back at the bowler. Just waiting to see who that is. It's Niven Dovey to continue. Number 3 in his second over. Is hit on the pads and given. Partnership breaks. The 6th wicket falls. Plenty Indians find themselves even deeper. Hritik Sharma, the new batter, joining Yash Patel, who's 9 off 12. Dovey has a wicket, 1 for 3. And Sharma just comes forward and defends. Backs away, tries to place it through leg, but misses out, but it is wide at least. Just a reminder that we photos and highlights posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page in a week or so. Got 2 T20s tomorrow. Sorry, this week I've got is a pitcher single quickly to point, and the throw's wild. I think he might have been tight, but doesn't matter. So this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've got 8 T20 matches in Auckland. No, 9. All live on Bev's Broadcasting YouTube channel, which is what you're watching this through. 9 T20s in a one-day game in Auckland on the following Saturday. This is a single down to long off. Big thanks to Mount Maunganui's main sponsor, Bond & Co. Located on Bond Street, I think, in Tauranga. He goes after this one. He's going to land short of long on. Get through for 1. So look, I don't know too many Tauranga companies, but when I read what Bond & Co was, that is probably why. Ends the over, and Play HQ is not playing up. It's playing up, so I'll just go back and check on that score. $54 for 6 after 12. Do apologise that Play HQ's having issues. unfortunately not a new thing with that platform. As the first ball's just defended on the crease to bat it into the ground. Goes after this one. It's down to long on and taken. Comfortable catch going to his right. And the 7th wicket falls. It is 54 for 7. First ball, they're going to punch a single to square leg. Mount Maunganui at this rate will be 2-0 for the day. Sorry, I should say. Even beaten Gaza City by 9 wickets this morning. This one's played to mid wicket, and then there's a dot. Full toss up and over cover. And we'll race for 4. Yes, it will. 4 runs. Good shot. As soon as it was over the fielder, it was always going to be 4. 58 for 6 now. Gets back into the crease. Plays this to mid wicket. Just 1. Ends 12, 59 for 6. Just while Play HQ is not currently working, sorry folks, I'll just take away that scoreboard. Chasing 156 for the victory, Bay of Plenty Indians. $59 for 6 after 12. This game just getting away from them at the moment is apologies, I can't see who the new bowler is. Plays this down to Yash Patel plays this down to long on for 1. Just comes forward and plays this back to the bowler. Bit busy in the crease there, but doesn't get a lot on it. Halfway through the 13th. Goes back, places through third man, beats the fielder. Chase going on. Pick it up 2. That's all they'll settle for. 61 for 61 for 6. Sits him on the pad, LBW sharp, but too high. Backs away, plays through point. And moves to the total 62 after 13. 62 for 6, chasing 156. Maunganui bowlers have just been tight. Just double checking with the scorers, 14 gone, it is 64 for 7. It's the first ball of Ill's first over, down to fine leg for 1. $65 for 7 after one ball into the 15th. He takes off for a single, shot the stumps hits, but he was in the day before. Direct hit though. This was the case the BOP Indians faced out here batting second against Geyser before Christmas. So they lost a few wickets and then lost their way. As this one bowled, that wicket goes. And it's 65 for 8. Apologies, just due to issues with Play HQ. I can't see the new batterers. This game is all over, but the shouting. Maunganui looking to firm up their place in the top 4. Final is on the 30th of January at Bay Oval, Thursday evening. That Thursday though, I'll be at Suburbs New Lynn. Live streaming and commentating a match involving Merv Hughes Invitational as there's a shot at the bowler's end. I think he was home 66 for 8. As well as an evening hosted by Suburbs with the guest speaker being the big man that is Merv Hughes. Can't miss him with his handlebar moustache. These still sports. Tickets are $120 per person. Excuse me, which gives you a 2-course meal and a free drink. You get contact the Suburbs New Lynn club manager, Kate Hillier-Cook, through Facebook. As this is hit back to the bowler. Ends the over 14 gone 65 for 8. Five overs to go by Plenty Indians, 66 for 8. Apologies once again about the scoreboard issues. Not my problem, not my parameters today, as they'll look at 2. No, they won't. Good fielding down there at third man, preventing 2. 67 for 8. Just backs into the crease and plays this. The bowler does his own fielding. Just 2 wickets away from a second impressive victory of the day. Goes after this and taking it mid-on. The 9th wicket falls and it's 67 for 9. The last score in Baywide Plenty Prem's T20 cricket since the start of 23-24 season was Central against Lake Taupo, 86 all out, 67 for 9. The Baywide Plenty Indians as number 11 walks out. Nothing against a good number 11 though, being someone who always spent time on the batting order with 2 runs to his name. Scoring probably even less than that. Goes back and across and swipes this to deep point. 1 more to the total, 68 for 9. Two weekends' time, I'm looking at turning up for the Eden Roskill President side in a match if I can stay fit. This is hit back, feel for run out, but not given. This went on to hit the stumps. Maunganui 1 over or a 1 wicket or 4 overs to get the 1. This is played into the ground. They're going to run a single to short third man. 68 for 9. 16 gone. 4 to go and 1 wicket away. whoever starts. And this one played to point. Great fielding there by the fielder, but won't prevent the single. 69 for 9. 70 for 9 now, sorry. The scoreboard's finally woken up on Play HQ. Is this one cut behind square down to wide third man, 71 for 9. Scorecard at the moment, Niraj Kumar stumped Parlane off the bowling of Robertson for a duck. Lovely Sandhu 2 ball 4 before being caught behind by Parlane off the bowling of Conway. Aryan Ayal 4 ball duck. Kashdeep Pabla is this one. Played behind point, and I'll just settle for 1. Hashtag Pabla 13 off 20 before being bowled by Nathan Walker. Golden Deep Singh Bra, first ball duck. Shonat Chandra, the highest score of this innings, 23 for LBW off the bowling of Dovey. Yash Patel 16 before being bowled by Justin Earl. It's the next ball, and this one's just played to mid-on for no run. Notak Sharma caught by Will Smale off the bowling of Robertson for 2. Gurjant Singh 5 runs off 11 balls before being out to Drysdale. This is the next ball, and misses out. Tries to get a cut, tries to cut it away, but too close to the body there. Justin Earl 1 for 5, 1 ball left in his second. Pick of the bowlers so far, Bryn Robertson, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 11. So this one playing on the crease to mid-wicket. To cover, when I find me. Bearings, 17 gone, 72 for 9. We'll just finish the bowling figures for Mount Maunganui. Henry Conway 2 for 7 off his 2 overs to go with the 5-wicket bag he got against Geyser this morning. Peter Drysdale 3 overs, 1 for 15. Tate Marsh 2 overs for 10. Nathan Walker 1 for 17 off 2. That's the first ball of the new over. Down to cover and taken. The wicket falls. The 10th wicket falls. It's all over. But plenty Indians been bowled out for 72. Mount Maunganui, they've won this game by 83 runs and 17 balls. Congratulations to them. Best of luck for both teams heading into round 9 on Wednesday night. Until next time, folks, hei kona.